institutions, we need to place more attention, we need to place more effort. And in doing this, it's important that we work to strengthen our collaboration, our coordination, our cooperation, particularly to support the Uganda police. The police are the front line, they're the face to the public when it comes to crime. And as the Director CID has mentioned, they're often the punching bag when it comes to crime. But we are all involved, we all play a part in this. So it's important that, one, we support the police in terms of its structures at all levels to make sure that we have efficient, effective, and well-resourced police right from the police posts, that they are available to support, to respond, and to address crime wherever it happens. But also working together with the other institutions, the prosecution, to make sure that the investigations are completed effectively and the cases are prepared for trial. Make sure that the judiciary is strengthened and provided with all the necessary support and resources to adjudicate these disputes. And all the way up to the end of the chain with the Uganda Prison Service, Community Service Program, who deal with not only the side of punishment, but also the side of rehabilitation. We see from our statistics that there's an increase in reported crime. One of the concerns that we are always addressing and we are looking into is the rate of recidivism. How much of this is arising out of the same people committing crimes, going into the system, coming out, repeating crime. Part of the efforts of Uganda Police and Uganda prisons is in rehabilitation, but also in detecting repeat offenders, being able to find them and make sure that they do not keep coming back into the system. The Director CID talked about digitization, and it's an important part of dealing with recidivism, to know who these people are in the system, to be able to have enough information to detect people who have come back more than once, who are repeat offenders, and to be able to address them appropriately. So digitization in terms of how we manage biometric information, how we manage personal data, how we track cases and people through the system to be able to respond appropriately and make sure that they are not the same people who are perpetuating this crime. Digitization also will help us with statistics, help us with the information that we need for making of decisions. So we are keen to continue working and supporting the Uganda Police Force and particularly the Directorate of CID in the area of digitization to make sure that we have a modern, effective systems that are able to track and provide the information in real time. But we also think it's important for us to look at issues of the welfare of the police force. The personnel are the most critical input in this whole process. We can have the infrastructure, we can have the equipment, but the people need to be energized and equipped to perform. So we look forward to working with the police force and working with all the other government agencies to ensure that the police are provided with the necessary tools, resources, and environment for them to work and serve the public better. There are areas where we also noticed some concern. For example, the land-related cases. They may not be many in number, but this is a perennial problem, and it inadvertently fuels other crime. When you have long-standing land disputes, they start out as civil matters, they become criminal matters in the way of trespass, but in many instances, in several instances, they then spill over into assaults, arsons, and even homicides. It's important, therefore, even if the numbers are few, that we deal with land-related cases appropriately and quickly to prevent them from escalating into more serious matters. Traffic continues to be a concern. We are losing many lives, and very young lives, on the roads. It's placing a heavy toll on the police, but also on our health system, having to deal with victims of accidents in the emergency units. Traffic incidences, traffic issues are not just an issue of police. It's not a problem for police alone. It is an issue for all of us, because apart from the enforcement of the traffic rules, a primary part of the problem is discipline, just our own discipline on the roads. It's important that we as the public, the road users, understand and appreciate that the traffic laws are there for our own safety, they are there for our own protection, and it's important that we obey them even when the police are not on the roads to help us to do that. So we have a responsibility to help the police, and it's our hope that next year we will see have set out. and we shall continue to provide whatever support we can to ensure that these strategies come to fruition. We particularly emphasize the need for us to continue to work together through the Access to Justice JLOS chain to make sure that at all levels we respond effectively and we make the burden and the load of the police much lighter. The police tend to take the burden for us. It is our responsibility to help them, and we are committed to do this going forward. I thank you once again for this very timely report. We will take the time to look at it in depth. We noticed that you invited the media for a question and answer session. It is our hope that we will also be either invited to that same session or to another session of our own, where we can also ask our own questions and have our own discussion on this police crime report. We thank you very much for this day and for the opportunity for us to share just a few of our remarks with regard to the annual crime report. And we look forward to working together to ensure a safer Uganda and justice for all. I thank you very much, and I wish you all a very good day.
Those were the very beautiful remarks from the senior technical advisor, JLOS, Rachel Odoi. She has promised to strengthen the working relationship and also strengthen support to the policing activities. Can we give her a very big round of applause? Thank you so much. I've also been directed by the Inspector General Police that we listen to one of the members from the Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Internal Affairs. They are an oversight team on the side of Parliament. Please, can you come forward and give us a few remarks? That was on the instruction of the Inspector General Police, who is also my supervisor. In case I don't invite you, then tomorrow I may not be the PRO. To safeguard this position, I had to invite you. You're most welcome, Honorable Okeyo Peter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ndugwenanga. The IGP, Deputy IGP, colleagues, honorable members of Parliament, directors, Uganda Police Force, and the sister security organizations, the JLOS, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. My names are Okeyo Peter, MP Bukoli Islands, Namayingo District, and a historical member of the Committee on Defense and Internal Affairs since the 9th Parliament. So I have been on this committee for the 9th up to today, the 11th Parliament. Allow me introduce my colleagues because I have my party spokesperson. I also don't want to lose next elections. Honorable Kintu Brandon is the NRM caucus chairperson, Parliament of Uganda, and colleague Honorable Choto Ibrahim, MP from Buyende. On behalf of our chairperson, Honorable Nachikongoro Rosemary, Woman MP, Shema District, and the Vice Chairperson, Honorable Mooma Milton Kalulu, who are not here with us because of police-related issues, they delegated us, the three of us, to come and attend this important function. As a committee that is charged with the responsibility of oversight, police, we are very grateful to you that despite all the shortcomings, despite the funding gaps, you have achieved this. So for us as a committee, we shall always make sure that we support you and make sure that we are your mouthpiece whenever it comes to articulating issues regarding police. Please consider us as your partners, and we will always make sure that issues of welfare, are very pertinent. Like my sister has stated, Madam Odoi, it is still a challenge, and even the director, crime intelligence, also hinted on it. We can have all the facilities, but if we don't address the welfare issues, then all may not be achieved. So it is an area, as a parliament, we have to make sure that at least we look at the welfare of men and women in uniform. Finally, on a selfish note, I come from an island, a fishing community. I've tried to go through the book. I've not seen anything related with piracy, high sea robberies, theft of our nets, boats, and engines. So I think in next launch when I will be coming, I pray that that one is also hinted on. And I want to say thank you very much for inviting us, and we will always support you for God and my country.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was a beautiful remark from the representative of the Defense and Internal Affairs Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the final activity of signing the dummy crime report, annual crime report. The IGP will lead, followed by representatives from the different clusters of invitees. I've been your master of ceremony together with my sign language interpreter, Police Constable Katabaz. We also deserve to give or get a round of applause for the work that we have done. Can we give a round of applause and thank our friends from the media, please, thank you for coming. And those are partners we work with. We thank the Secretariat and protocol from the police that has managed this function. Can we give them a round of applause? Let's also give a round of applause to our development partners and NGOs that are present here today. We want to thank you for coming. We want to thank the police delegation that was led by the Deputy Inspector General of Police and all directors. Thank you for coming. Let's give them a round of applause. Our colleagues from the academia, please, thank you for coming. Come again. We have heads of ministries, departments and agencies led by the Deputy IGG. We thank you all for coming. Please come again. A delegation from the President's office, we want to thank you. Please join us next year. And the members from the Defense and Internal Affairs Committee, please thank you for coming. Our members from the Judiciary Office of the DPP and all